jump into the game. We're gonna go into the medieval world. This is an exclusive. We have never shown the medieval world in game before. And we are here shortly only just to demonstrate the abilities and how the controls of the game work. But still, we thought it was nice to give you guys a glimpse of how it's gonna look. As you can see, it shares lots of LEGO constructed elements all over the place, some natural elements to kind of spice it up and add some vegetation to it. As any medieval world, you will get what you would expect to find here. We tap a lot of fantasy, popular culture, so there's heroic knights, there is warring trolls, and big ogres, and dragons, of course, and all the stuff you would expect to find in a medieval high fantasy setting, right? So the game is pretty easy the controls are pretty straightforward. As you see, it's top-down isometric. You left click to move anywhere. You can left click on destructibles like that weapon rack over there to attack. You can left click on monsters to attack them as well. You can hold shift and left click, like in many action RPGs, to stay in place and attack the air, basically. So it's up to you to aim the right way. And then you have a special ability on your right mouse button. You can right click, and every minifigure has a different one. Every of the almost 100 minifigures that have been in the game have a unique set of abilities, including left click and right click. And that's it. So you go and find monsters, find treasure, and as you see, you have more than one minifigure at the same time. You run what we call a team of minifigures. And now we have two, the baseball player and the fortune teller. You switch with them with the Q, W, and E keys. And as you can see that we have an empty slot that we haven't filled out yet. So the main way to obtain minifigures in the game is to defeat boss encounters or run special dungeons. You can also get them randomly as you play the normal content. But when you obtain a minifigure, you can go to the collection GUI, which is this button in the bottom right corner. Here you can see everything you have and everything you don't have yet. And there are statistics. You can click on them to see a detail of what they are. As you see, there's a lot of RPG elements hidden here. This is part of the depth that we're talking about. This is more to cater to the adults or people that want to fine-tune the minifigures, fine-tune their teams, right? So some minifigures are strikers and they do more damage. Some minifigures build faster. Some minifigures are more tanky. They take more hits. And when you get bags in the game, you can go to the bag library here, and then you can open them, as you would open a bag in a shop that you buy in the shop, and then you get a new minifigure. So in this case, it's the Bumblebee Girl. This minifigure is a defender, and we're gonna equip her now in the slot that we had available. So you go to the equip button, and you just put her in the slot, and you just switch minifigures exactly the same way. You find it in your collection, you put them in any of the 3 slots that you have available, and then you just play them in the game. So the Bumblebee Girl is a very interesting character, because she looks like very cute and like honey and stuff, but she actually has a very complex self-synergy with her own abilities. So on the left click button, she just throws bees. These bees will chase enemies, they will bounce and auto-aim to other enemies, they will bounce off walls. And on the right mouse button, she can throw the honey pot, and this is basically an area of effect, a snare on the ground. Monsters will slow down when they enter this area, and they will also be considered to be covered in honey, or messy, as we like to call it. If you hit a monster with the bees when they are messy, the bees stick to them, and then the projectile becomes a damage over time. So this is more in the line of the deep, kind of complex ability mechanics you find in full-blown out MMO titles. Except that here, well, you can play the game without having to care about this, but if you do care about these elements, well, they're there for you. And that's just between the 2 abilities that she can do. There's many minifigures in the game that have synergies that work with other minifigures as well. Like you saw before, the fortune teller, she can summon this ring of tarot cards. Those stay when you switch to a different minifigure. And there's many minifigures that do this, also something similar to this. There's the trendsetter, for example. She can create, she takes selfies, she takes pictures of herself, and that creates hearts that float around her. These hearts do damage to enemies, and they also heal her when they detonate. So there's a lot of these little intricate interactions between abilities that I encourage you all to explore when you play the game. So now once you know how this works, left click to attack, right click for a special ability, QW to switch, then you can just go and fight monsters. So that's what we call a jumpy. It's basically a jump pad. And there's many of them in the game, and we use them to help save obstacles, save gaps. The world is completely fully realized in 3D, unlike many other action RPGs, which are mostly flat. And well, we use the 3D a lot in the game to create scenarios where you explore, you find secret areas, secret caves on cliff sides, and stuff like that. So. This jump seems to be a bit, it's on strike. So here, this area is what we call the Great Mist Hills. Is an area where you can find enemies that are pretty high level compared with what we want to be fighting in the pirate dungeon today. But we can illustrate some of the mechanics we were talking about. So you snare monsters with that, and then you shoot the bees at them. You see the bees stay, and you start attacking them. And you can use the fortune feather to create when you're out of combat, you can put that and go in and do extra damage much faster and get rid of dangerous enemies that way. So, yeah, the heater, as we like to call that one, is a special charge-up tag on the baseball player that not just enemies in the air. You will see a lot of the right-click abilities have special extra interactions as well. Like some of them you can hold the button down to charge up. Some of them you can hold and then spin or turn around because they're channel effects. Some of them summon things. So just play around with the minifigures in the demo. You will find. So that's it for this section. Then, something I should mention as well is even though he's kind of good at keeping them away and not getting hit that much, you're gonna get hit by monsters. That's your health bar up there. If you see you're in trouble and you're dropping low, you can drink your healing potion. It's here. Or you can also press the Y key. That's the healing potion. It's got a small cooldown. It's just enough to keep you paying attention, but it'll be quite easy.